Hi guys, welcome to another video by School of RPA. I am Abhinav Sabharwal, Principal Consultant and Trainer at School of RPA. And today we are going to talk about a very interesting topic, and that is writing user stories for RPA projects. Now, if you are doing an RPA project in an agile manner, then obviously you are going to have to write user stories. But how do you write user stories for RPA projects? See, in normal user stories, easier to write user stories, you are trying to describe a feature, you have a person who will be using that feature, and you have some outcomes. So it's pretty easy and pretty straightforward. But here you're just automating a process. You're not developing a new feature, you're not developing a new workflow, nothing. You're just automating already existing process with the RPA robot. So how do you write a user story for that? Watch this video to find out and let's see. Now, very recently, a friend of mine asked for help in writing user stories for RP project. And that was challenging, because a bit of a different ball game. So we brainstormed a bit and I came up with this video based on the suggestions I gave him. Right? So let's get to it. The very first thing is story pointing. Now, for all of you guys who are working agile, you are very much familiar with story pointing, right? But on what basis do you story point RP projects? The simplest way to story point a RPA project is based on complexity. And my suggestions to my friend were for small stories which are defined by application or a process, right? Where there are only one or two applications in a process and there are less than 30 steps should be classified as a small story and given three story points. A medium story. And to me, a medium story is that up to three applications and 60 to 90 steps should be given a five story point of five. And a large story should be given a story point of an eight above, whatever the case may be. Second, I have written generic story format for you guys, and let's see how that holds up against standards. Now, like I said, since we are not developing any new feature in RPA, we are just automating a process as is process. I thought a better way to write a story is as a process owner. I want to automate XYZ process so that we can achieve, and we have four things here that normally RPA automation achieves. That is FT reduction, reducing data entry errors, speeding up processing time, or achieving customer satisfaction. You have a different goal for RPA project, you can write it here. So the normal format of writing a user story is as a type of user or persona, I would like to achieve this goal so that I can. So we can see here clearly that our user story is following this format properly, right? As a process owner, I would like to automate a process so that I can achieve one or more of these reasons. Now let us look at whether our user story meets the INVEST guidelines or not. INVEST stands for independent, negotiable, valuable, estimable, small, and testable. Right? And let's see if our user story meets this standard or not. So this is an independent user story. You can see this is not dependent on any other thing. I'm not referring to any other user story here. Is it negotiable? Yes, it appears so. Is this valuable? Yes, it is valuable because by automating this, we will be doing something worthwhile like FP reduction or reducing the data entry errors or speeding up the processing time. So it is valuable. Is it estimable? Yes. What is not shown here is when we write this kind of a user story in Jira, we usually attach a PDD, that is process definition document, along with it. So based on that PDD, amount of time to develop this user story can be estimated. This is small. Yes, you can definitely see this is a very small user story, standalone also. And is this testable? Yes, it is testable because of these four things can exactly be measured, right? So it is definitely testable. Now let's come to definition of done. All user stories must have a definition of done. Definition of done is how we know that we have completed a user story, right? So since I did not know what kind of a bot you guys will be working on, I have taken DoD for three of the bots. For unattended bot, the DoD would be the robot is able to carry out XYZ process without any human intervention based on events that is receiving mail or receiving data some other way, or based on schedule. That means the bot starts on a particular schedule, right? So when the bot is able to do that, start based on the event or schedule and carry out the whole process as defined in PDD without any human intervention, then that is our definition of done for unattended bot. For attended bot, the robot should be able to carry out XYZ process after receiving input parameters from process owner. And for chatbots, this is robot is able to resolve limited user query in a meaningful way. Right? So that is self-explanatory. Now let's come to acceptance criteria. So what I have done here, guys, I have put a generic acceptance criteria. You can add more to it if you have some ideas, but at least I think these 7 points are a generic acceptance criteria for any kind of RPA store, right? Robot is able to read the data it receives from predetermined folder, email ID, obviously. Robot is able to carry out all the steps defined in PDD and produce correct output. Third, robot generates exception and MI reports at the end of every run cycle, and this is important for all robots. Robot is able to handle all exceptions as defined in PDD. Obviously, robot should not crash at the first sight of exceptions. It should have a proper exception handling. Robot is able to handle any undefined exceptions and does not crash. So normally we cannot always estimate all kind of exceptions that are going to occur. So robot should be resilient enough to handle any kind of unknown exceptions. Robot is able to report no work or exceptions to system admin or process owner via email or log file. This is also self-explanatory. There are times when there will be no work for the robot, even at a scheduled time, or it will, so robot, there's no point in running the robot, if there's no work. It's just a waste of system resources. So at such point, robot should be able to tell the system admin that, hey, I did not receive any work today. Maybe it was because of something wrong at the back end that can possibly the cause, so the admin can investigate, or it might be a legitimate cause. Either ways. And last, robot can be configured as per schedule or event-based trigger. So I should be able to configure the robot to start based on either the event like a receiving email or receiving some messages, or as per schedule, like 9 a.m. every day, 10 a.m. every day, something like that. So we have subtask. Last but not the least, subtask to be created for each story. Now, if you worked in Jira, you know that you have to create a subtask. And I have put a diagram here how that goes. So you have Epic. There is story related to Epic. There are tasks related to Epic, and there are bugs related to it. Right? Now, for every story, there is a subtask. Every task, there is a subtask. And even for bug, there are subtasks that they have to done. Right? So for here, the flow is Epic, story, and subtasks. So what are the subtasks to be created for a RPA user story, right? And I have put them here. So the very first is PDD creation, that is develop. And what is the acceptance criteria of that subtask? The developer should be able to use PDD as a user member, and this is the responsibility of BA to create PDD. PDD stands for process definition document or as is document. Then you have a solution definition document creation, and here development team or architect is responsible for it. And acceptance criteria here is that developer is able to code and configure based on this document, and what is in scope and what is out of scope of automation should be defined clearly in STD. Third, obviously, is coding. For this, dev team is responsible, and robot is should be coded as per STD specifications. Unit testing, robot should be able to highlight elements in application, and dev team is responsible for it. Integration testing, robot is able to successfully complete 3 test runs on test server with 100% success rate and 10 cases per test. That is bare minimum. And here, responsibility lies with the development team as well as testing team. UAT, the robot is able to complete 5 test runs on test server with 100% success rate and 30 cases per test. Right? And as we all know, the responsibility of UAT lies with client or SME. And last but not least, the code review. So we have to make sure that the code is written. If you are using UiPath, the code should be written as per RE framework. If you're using a Blue Prism, it should be written as per Blue Prism development template. And it's responsibility of team lead to make sure that is done.
Guys, thank you for watching my video. We offer courses, RPA courses in Blue Prism, UiPath, Win Automation, and RPA Business Analyst Training. My number is on the screen, and if you like to do RPA training or learn one of the RPA tools like Blue Prism or UiPath, just give us a call or write to us. Call us and ask for a free career consultation. We offer online instructor-led training. So no matter where in the world you are, you can have personalized online training. We offer flexible timings that can be adjusted as per your convenience, which is great for working professionals. We help you achieve RP certification. We assist you with your resume and interview preparation, and we offer placement assistance. We keep on releasing new videos every week, so don't forget to subscribe our channel and click on the bell icon to watch our upcoming videos. Thank you and goodbye.